A momentum market is when the 10 and the 20-day moving averages, like I use the Nasdaq. For me, the Nasdaq is the market. I most like 90% of the stocks I trade are Nasdaq stocks. So when the 10-day is rising and the 20-day is rising, and when a 10-day is above the 20-day, okay, that's a momentum market, like something like this. Okay, you don't have to catch any lows after the market bottoms, you just have to catch the meat in the middle. This is a momentum market, okay? I've had a huge run. I'm up over 200% in the past 4 months, okay? Just, this is not a good swing trading market on the long side. This, you know, if you get any breakouts when the 10-day moving average is sloping down, when a 20-day is sloping down and a 10-day is below the 20-day, there's a high fail rate, okay? You probably shouldn't swing trade on the long side. This is a good swing trading market, very good. This one, you know, these can be a little bit tricky. Like this was a good period, this was not a good period. You know, just a sideways shop. This was also incredibly good swing trading market. This wasn't that much. So there are good and bad markets. Right now we are in an extremely good market. Again, this is what, late 2018, not a good swing trading market. You see this, the 20-day sloping down during this whole move, and the 10-day too. The 10-day tried to turn up here and here, but you know it failed. And when a market is bad, usually there will only be like a select few. There just won't be like some random setups here and there. And as long as we keep going up and the 10-day slopes higher, the 20-day slopes higher, the 10-day is above the 20-day, you know, and you find a good setup, you should trade. You should trade the setup. And there's no reason why you can't make 100%, 200%, 500% per year over a long period of bull run. It was very good. Like breakouts, like any type of breakout or momentum strategy you use, they're gonna work best obviously when the market is in a momentum mode, and you know, sometimes you have to be in cash for weeks and months on end when the market is not good, and that's fine. You know, if you can sit out a period like this, and then when a period like this comes around, you're gonna double, triple, quadruple your accounts. Trust me on this one. You don't need to trade all the time. It's fine to sit in cash for months on end. Now it's easier said than done, but generally what you want to see, like Nasdaq is the the relevant index. You don't need to look at anything other than Nasdaq, okay? Nasdaq is where 90% of the stocks I trade are in the Nasdaq, okay? So generally what you want to see is the 10-day sloping higher and the 20-day sloping higher, or at least one of them needs to be sloping higher generally. And the 10-day needs to be above the 20-day. It's fine if it undercuts a little bit for a while, but you know, that's a general rule. So this has been a really good swing trading market. Okay, during this time there weren't many breakouts, and those that were, they failed. There were a lot of breakdowns though, but that's just another type of strategy. You don't need to do any shorting. This was also a really good market. I more than doubled my accounts on this during this 4-month bull run. This period was a little bit more challenging. This was a decent period, even though it only lasted for a few months. This was a bit challenging because, you know, the market was downtrending, right? The 10-day started sloping lower, 20-day started sloping lower, the 10-day was below the 20-day. That's not a great swing trading environment. And then this was just a choppy environment, no trend. And the 10-day to 20-day, they were like mostly going sideways or lower or sloping down. And this was also an insanely good trading environment, the first 5 months of 2019. And you know, I can go back years and years. So you get this, like every year there's usually a 3 to 6 month period that's a bit challenging. You will make very little or no money, and that's fine. And then you get these runs that last for 3 to 6 months where you will double and triple your account. You just have to wait for those periods, okay? You have to wait it out. It's really making millions in trading. It's really not about rocket science. It's all about patience and discipline.